I feel like your two Iowa teams left a mark on women's college basketball, but also women's basketball at large. Is that like kind of crazy to think about? Like you were a part of something that was a catalyst for this like larger growth.
Kate Martin's career was languishing in Las Vegas. The former Iowa star who helped Caitlin Clark reach 2 Final Fours was stuck on the Aces bench, watching her WNBA dreams slip away game by game. But then something happened that nobody expected. In her latest interview, Kate reveals the exact moment she knew she had to leave Vegas, the phone call with Caitlin that saved her career, and why joining the Golden State Valkyries wasn't just a team change. It was a complete reset of her professional identity. If you support Kate, comment Golden State Kate down below. Let's go.
I had heard about this Caitlin Clark, and I was like watching videos of her just like having like 40 points, like averaging a million in high school. And I was like, oh, this girl thinks she's gonna come here and rule the world, you know, like whatever. It's gonna be, you know, whatever. And there she did, came in right away and ruled the world. And I was like, all right, here we go.
Picture this. Iowa basketball wasn't anybody's destination before Caitlin Clark and Kate Martin turned Carver Hawkeye Arena into the most electric venue in college basketball. You watched those games. You felt that energy. But here's what most fans completely missed while they were watching Caitlin drop logo threes. Kate Martin wasn't just along for the ride. She was the engine that made everything work.
Just remember, you have that summer before, and she was doing things that I had never seen anybody do before. And as a freshman, to come in and have that kind of confidence, like, not everybody has that. Like, I was like, oh, I haven't really seen anything like this. And so we knew she was going to be outstanding. And then, at the beginning of the year, we had some big wins, and there was highs and lows that year for sure. But, it took us a little bit to figure it out. But it obviously turned out better than I could have ever expected or thought.
Let's talk about what really happened during those back-to-back Final Four runs in 2023 and 2024. While everyone focused on Caitlin's scoring records, Kate was pulling down 6.8 rebounds per game and adding 13.1 points herself. Those aren't role player numbers. Those are star numbers. But Kate understood something most players never figure out. Sometimes being the perfect complement is more valuable than being the star.
Well, real quick, what did you notice about Caitlin's work ethic? Was there anything that stood out?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, she was in the gym constantly. And it was like the way she approached everything too was like, it was like with a sort of excellence. It wasn't like, oh, I'm just gonna go through the motions and like whatever. It was like, no, like I'm here to kick your butt in every single drill, every single practice, and especially whenever our gray squad guys were playing against us, it was like, if you're across from me, you're my enemy, And I think that's just kind of how you have to approach things to get better. And she had that, next level mindset, and it really just raised us all.
Watch the tape from that South Carolina game in the Final Four. Kate calls it her career highlight, and you can see exactly why. When Iowa needed someone to execute the game plan against the undefeated Gamecocks, Kate was the one making the smart plays that created space for Caitlin's magic. She provided what she described as a calming effect next to Clark's intensity. Kate could yell at teammates when they needed it, because she had built that trust through her actions every single practice.
If you had to pick kind of a favorite highlight, getting to the Final Four, is it beating South Carolina and breaking their streak? Is it, getting to the final game? What would have been the moment?
I would say beating South Carolina.
Yeah, no, fair.
Was
that was incredible.
That was the best moment ever, because we all believed that we could make it to a Final Four. And so we were just like, all right, we made it to a Final Four. Let's go. This is great. We didn't think we were going to really make it to the national championship. The undefeated South Carolina, they're Twin Towers down there, just a very long, athletic, good team. And so when we executed that game plan perfectly and beat them, that was probably that's still probably my career.
Here's where it gets interesting. Their friendship wasn't just good for team chemistry, it was basketball genius. These two players understood each other's games so completely that they could anticipate moves before they happened. Kate knew exactly when Caitlin needed the ball back after a defensive rebound. Caitlin knew Kate would be in perfect position for the hockey assist that led to an open three.
I feel like looking back on it, and then even just talking to you now, it's like, yes, Caitlin is like a big focal point of the team.
Yeah.
She's gonna have to do a lot of the scoring, all the things. And it's almost like good cop, bad cop or something.
Yeah.
I don't mean it in like
No,
literal terms, but she just had to like be herself, and that was gonna win you games. But then you had to come in and kind of be like a calming effect and that. So I'm actually really curious, as these teams start to take shape in 2023 and then 2024, like what was your leadership style in conjunction with a player like Caitlin, but also the rest of your team?
But that's not all. Kate was doing the dirty work that doesn't show up in highlight reels. She was setting the screens that freed Caitlin for those deep shots. She was rotating on defense to cover for Caitlin's aggressive steals. She was grabbing offensive rebounds that gave Iowa second chances when Caitlin's shots didn't fall.
I was definitely more of like the calmer presence and being like, hey, like look me in the eyes, you know, deep breath, like it's all gonna be okay. And I think like the leadership style that I really had was just like trust. Like she trusted me because she had seen me like putting in the work in the gym. She knew how much I cared. Like I was only 2 years older than her, but like she believed that like I had her best interest in mind, and like I showed her that over and over again. Like I built a relationship with her outside of basketball. I tried to build relationships with all my teammates outside of basketball, so it wasn't like the only time I'm talking to you is out on the court and telling you like, hey, like can't do that, or like, hey, like do the, you know, whatever. It's like,
it's called relationship equity.
Exactly.
Iowa's success during those 2 years wasn't an accident. It wasn't just Caitlin Clark being superhuman. It was two players who brought out the absolute best in each other, creating something neither could have achieved alone. Kate Martin was the glue that held together one of the most successful runs in Iowa basketball history. Their college careers were perfect. They had figured out how to win at the highest level. They had built something special that college basketball fans will remember forever.
It's like if we needed to get across to Caitlin, you know, like it was like Kate, like that was like my job at times. And then like her junior and sophomore year, like she had done so much like work on herself and like how to be like a great teammate and all of us together, that like I didn't need to like, I don't know, like do all of that. Manage that as much as like I had in the past. But I felt grateful that, you know, she trusted me enough and like I trusted her enough too, to where like it was a working relationship. And so then I just kind of did that with all of my teammates, and I felt grateful that like I was the person who could speak up, and
it's also great when you're like rewarded, right? And you guys were rewarded in multiple ways, but one of them was getting to the final.
The WNBA operates by completely different rules. Kate Martin walked into Vegas believing her Iowa magic would translate instantly to the professional level. She was completely wrong. The Las Vegas Aces draft her, but reality hit like a freight train the moment she stepped on the court. Here's what happened that nobody talks about. While Aya Wilson and the Aces veterans dominated every minute of meaningful basketball, Kate found herself glued to the bench game after game. The numbers tell the brutal story. She started averaging 20 minutes per game in May, but by September that number had crashed to just 11.5 minutes. That's not development. That's being pushed out.
Like you really do, but like it's just hard, as you know, like there's only 12 spots, whatever. And
now let's talk about the stark reality of what this meant for Kate's production. She was putting up 2.6 points and 1.6 rebounds per game. Those aren't just bad numbers for a former Iowa star. Those are numbers that suggest a player isn't even getting real chances to show what she can do. Remember, this is the same player who averaged 13.1 points and 6.8 rebounds, helping Iowa reach back-to-back Final Fours. But that's not all. When the playoffs came around, Kate's situation got even worse. She played exactly 3 minutes across 6 playoff games. 3 minutes. That's barely enough time to get warm, let alone prove you belong on a championship team. The Aces were sending a clear message about where Kate fit in their plans.
I'm curious, so now that you are into your second year, like what do you think, what makes the WNBA so difficult to play in?
Man, I mean, I just think the physicality, speed, smart players, like really smart players, and people who have been around for so long, honestly. Yeah, I mean, I'm just thinking back to like New York. They're massive. They are, you know, like, yeah, they're very, very, very good. Like, a lot of these people have been playing professional basketball for a very long time.
Sue Bird spoke directly about this kind of situation in an interview. She emphasized how rookies face massive adjustments to the physicality, speed, and strategic depth of professional basketball. Bird's insights revealed the steep learning curve that humbles even the most successful college players. Kate was learning that lesson the hard way.
Scoring is not easy. Like, people who average like however many points, like, it's honestly so impressive. Like, I've never been more impressed by basketball than like now. Like, basketball is a simple game, but that doesn't mean it's easy. It's an easy game. But yeah, like, people work really hard. They are long, they're big, they're fast, they're physical. So me just like having to learn how to be patient, play off of 2 feet, play in control. That is something, you know, I'm still working on, because sometimes you're like trying to do the right thing always and like make the right read, but then you forget like, hey, just go play basketball.
Here's where it gets really frustrating for Kate. The Aces roster construction meant established stars got priority, and rookies had to fight for scraps. Kate wasn't just competing against other rookies. She was competing against veterans who already knew the system and had earned their coach's trust. That's an impossible situation for any young player trying to establish themselves. Kate was watching her WNBA dream die in real time. Every game she didn't play was another opportunity lost. Every practice running the scout team was another reminder that her Iowa success meant nothing in Vegas. She wasn't just struggling to adjust to professional basketball. She was being completely underutilized by an organization that didn't see her value. The hardest lesson Kate learned wasn't about basketball skills or physical conditioning. It was about organizational fit and timing. Sometimes raw talent isn't enough when you're in the wrong situation at the wrong time.
Because it's really, really hard to come off the bench in what is a version of limited minutes compared to starters. It's not always that case, but you get my point. In a limited amount of time and be really impactful.
Yeah.
That is one of, I think, the hardest things. And anytime I've been around a teammate who's been able to do that, at times it's more impressive than the star player who just has that ultra green light. And you've kind of already brought up the
There was one conversation that saved Kate Martin's professional basketball career. At her absolute lowest point in Vegas, watching her WNBA dreams crumble from the bench, Kate reached out to the one person who truly understood what she was going through. She called her best friend, Caitlin Clark.
How did you feel about the whole expansion draft situation?
I was really excited.
Okay.
Yeah.
So when you weren't protected, were you like kind of expecting that, and then it was like whatever happens happens?
Yeah, I was kind of expecting that. I mean, you just looked at the roster and you're like, there's just like too many good players. It's a business. Like, you know, like it is what it is.
Here's what makes that phone call so important. Caitlin was dealing with her own massive adjustments to professional basketball with the Indiana Fever. The physicality was different. The speed was faster. The expectations were enormous. But when Kate explained her situation in Vegas, Caitlin saw something nobody else did. She saw a player who was being wasted in the wrong system. Caitlin told Kate something that changed her entire perspective. She reminded her of their Iowa success, of how they worked perfectly together because they understood each other's strengths. Caitlin said Kate's problem wasn't her basketball ability. Her problem was being in an organization that couldn't see her value.
Up until then, I didn't know if I had been protected or not.
Okay.
And so...
Oh yeah, that's right. They don't actually tell you.
They told some people, but they didn't. I was not
involved. No, it's actually smart they don't tell.
Yeah.
Because that would just be... That'd be messed up.
Yeah, and so when I got told I was going to get picked up, I was just super excited for another opportunity. Like, some people don't get opportunities to go to a training camp or like, you know, get the opportunity to make a team. And so the fact that I knew I was going to get another shot, I was excited and felt really grateful for it. So yeah, I was really happy.
This perspective completely shifted Kate's thinking. Leaving Vegas wasn't giving up on her WNBA career. It was taking control of her future. Sue Bird had talked about this exact situation, emphasizing how important it is for players to find organizations that value their specific skills and see their potential. Here's where it gets interesting. When the Golden State Valkyries selected Kate in the expansion draft, they weren't just giving her a roster spot. They were offering her something the Aces never could: a chance to be a foundational player in building something completely new. Kate understood immediately what this meant for her career trajectory. The Valkyries saw her leadership and basketball intelligence. They wanted someone who could help establish their team culture from day one. Kate said in her interview, "I'm really excited. This league is all about opportunity. And you just need one shot, right?" That's exactly what Golden State was offering. Sometimes the best friend is the one who tells you to bet on yourself when nobody else will. Caitlin Clark gave Kate permission to leave a bad situation and chase a better opportunity. That phone call didn't just save Kate's career. It gave her the confidence to rewrite her entire professional story. The Valkyries weren't just offering Kate minutes and touches that Vegas never gave her. They were offering her a new beginning.
In the Bay, it's a new franchise. Season tickets were sold out immediately. I've heard home games are insane.
They are.
The owners have come out. They said a chip within the first 5 years. So the expectations are high. But like you said, it was an opportunity to make a team, and you did. So what has that excitement of a new franchise been like?
Kate Martin's move to the Golden State Valkyries isn't just a career change. It's a complete reset with championship potential that established teams simply can't provide. Expansion teams offer something magical that veteran rosters never can: the chance to build something from scratch where every player matters from day one. As Kate put it, it's been awesome.
It's been awesome.
It's gotta be insane.
Yeah, it's been awesome. Like, the fans really are so loud.
Yeah.
Yeah, it has been awesome in Chase Center. And they've been sticking with it the whole game. Like, when we were losing to LA the first game, they stayed the entire time and they cheered us on from the first minute to the last minute. And so that means a lot as a team.
Yeah.
Like, seeing your fans stay and cheer for you. They were invested. It was just really cool. And you see people in the Bay Area just wearing Valkyries gear all the time.
Here's what makes this situation so different from Vegas. The Valkyries used their expansion draft to select players who fit their culture, and Kate Martin became the perfect example. General Manager Oha Nanan sees Kate as essential to building the team's identity. She's not fighting for scraps like she was with the Aces. She's helping create the foundation of an entire franchise.
It feels really cool to be part of that history, a part of something so new, and we obviously know it's going to be a huge learning year for us, but I'm grateful to do it with all of the girls on this roster.
Now let's talk about what this means for Kate's role on the court. Coach Natalie Nakase, who previously worked with Kate in Las Vegas, has brought a completely different approach to Golden State. She emphasizes effort and intent over perfection, creating an environment where mistakes aren't the focus, but giving 100% is everything. That coaching style is exactly what Kate needed after getting buried in Vegas. But that's not all. The Valkyries roster construction emphasizes building each other up, focusing on energy and fun. Kate's goal is to make an impact by bringing enthusiasm and leadership to her teammates, just like she did at Iowa, where she was the glue that held everything together. She's getting back into her groove in an environment that truly values what she brings to basketball.
People's focus is just here with us, and whatever happened. But yeah, I mean, I think in ways people can be man, I didn't get protected. As an athlete, it's kind of hard not to be oh, they didn't want
motivation.
Me, or kind of feels like a failure in some type of way, or rejection maybe is a better word. But everybody's energy, everybody's excitement to get better and to learn and to build each other up has been phenomenal.
Kate's expected role centers on making an impact through the things she can control: communication, effort, and defense. She wants to get into the flow by focusing on rebounding, making passes, and taking open shots. This approach lets her contribute the moment she steps onto the floor, something that never happened in Vegas. Here's where it gets really exciting. Sue Bird's insights about finding the right situation are playing out perfectly in Kate's move. Bird emphasized how the right environment can unlock a player's true potential in ways fans never expected. Kate's Iowa skills translate seamlessly to what the Valkyries need: leadership, basketball IQ, and the ability to make her teammates better. The Valkyries aren't just giving Kate minutes. They're giving her the opportunity to make history, as part of building something completely new. As Kate said herself, "This league is all about opportunity, and you just need one shot." Golden State is giving her that shot in the biggest possible way. Kate's journey mirrors other players who found success after tough starts. Sometimes the best thing for your career is knowing when to walk away from a bad situation and bet on yourself somewhere new.
I really love it, honestly. It's been a lot of fun, but yeah, they brought a crazy spark. Like, they very high IQ, like want to play fast, and yeah, they just get out and go. And so that's how we want to play too. You know, we want to play fast, and we want to, you know, as you guys have probably can see with the numbers, we want to shoot a lot of threes too. And so their experience, like, yeah, they're young, but they've been playing pro for way more, like a really long time. So they have a lot of experience, and they've brought a lot of fun to the team.
Kate Martin's story proves that sometimes the best thing that can happen to your career is knowing when to walk away. Her journey, from Iowa Magic to struggles in Vegas to hope in the Golden State, shows that resilience isn't about staying stuck in bad situations. It's about having the courage to move on and bet on yourself. The WNBA is full of players who found success after changing teams. Kate's expansion draft selection gave her exactly what she needed: a clean slate and a real opportunity. The next time you watch Kate suit up for the Valkyries, remember this: every great comeback starts with someone brave enough to rewrite their story. If you support Kate, comment "Golden State Kate" down below. Like, subscribe, and turn on all notifications so you never miss out. Click the video on the screen, and we'll see you in the next one.